morning, Quadcopter 101 here with a review of a new neat quadcopter. This is the GW007-1. It's an upgrade model of the DM007. And what have they upgraded on it? Well, its body is more a different kind of plastic. It's kind of a rubbery feeling plastic. It's supposed to be more shock absorbent than the DM007 was. The propellers have been upgraded supposedly to provide more lift to this quadcopter, so it has better propellers. It has better lighting than the previous DM007, and got these little lighting pods at the end of each arm here. I did a little short flight of this the previous night. I'll show you what those lights look like at the end of this video. Not a very long flight though, but as before, it has this little 2-megapixel camera. In addition to the 2-megapixel camera, the quadcopter does have an on-off switch right there. That's cool. I like on-off switches for quadcopters. One thing you need to note though, don't be fooled by this little white connector here. You can charge this quadcopter with a little cable that they give you that you plug into this white connector. The reason being is that the battery is kind of hard to get out of there, but don't be fooled by that white connector. The battery that's in this is a 7.4 volt battery. It will not charge with your normal 3.7 volt chargers that you might have. You need to use the charger that comes with this quadcopter. Otherwise, you'll be charging it forever, wondering why it doesn't charge. It's a 7.4 volt battery. That's why it's not. You need a 7.4 volt or charger for 7.4 volt batteries. And this comes with one. Let me go over the transmitter. Your different modes are activated by pressing this button here, beginner, intermediate, expert. Your flip mode is this button right here. If you want to activate the video camera, you press this button. If you want to activate the, just take a photo, you press this button. If you're flying with prop guards, which I am today, they recommend pressing this button here to alter the flight control software to account for these prop guards. If you're flying without prop guards, press this button here to accommodate the quadcopter when it's not flying with prop guards. You can turn off the light here, and this is your one key return and also your headless mode. When you want to activate one key return, let go of the pitch roll stick and press this button here, and it will fly backwards down the headless mode bearing toward you, and it will stay in headless mode too. And if you want to come out of one key return, you just move your pitch roll stick and it will stay in headless mode, and you can alter the quadcopter's flight. And when you want to turn off headless mode, you got to press that button one more time. So all in all, let's go for a flight of this little quadcopter and see how it performs, especially in comparison to the old DM007. Hopefully it'll be a better flyer. Let's see, where's that on-off button again, folks? There it is. And I'm going to point the quadcopter in the direction of Owen's Peak off in the distance to set the headless mode bearing, so we can demonstrate that. One of the first things I want to demonstrate though is what happens. I'm going to turn off the lights too to save battery. What happens when this loses contact with the transmitter? Will it drop or will it keep on flying? I don't want to go chasing it out here in the desert, so let's find out. Okay, turning off the transmitter. 1001, 1002, it immediately, almost within a couple seconds, loses contact with that transmitter, so that is good. Now, I am going to turn the quadcopter and the transmitter back on and off again. Again, I want to set the headless mode bearing in the direction of Owen's Peak, and that usually gets set when you bind the transmitter. And I am going to start the camera right away. I'm recording right now. Video is recording. Let me make sure I got a red light. Got a blue light. And yes, I got a red light now. Okay, so the camera is recording. Let's go for a flight. Now the GW007. First thing I want to do is demonstrate this quadcopter's camera. We're going to send it upward. Maybe 100, 200 feet, and put it, I'm sending it upwind also. I want to show what this camera can do, and then I'm going to put it in a slow rotation, right there, rotating, slower rotation. Okay, we had a drop out there. We're a little too far from this transmitter, so the range seems to be about 70 meters. Come back in here. Going to intermediate to fight the wind we got here today. So yeah, the range seems to be about 70 meters with this quadcopter. Going up again. That's about its range. Got a little bit headless or vortex ring state. And also I'm pressing the button to account for the let's see, turning it off. About 60 meters maybe range on this quadcopter. Let's go over. I am going to turn the camera off for the moment when I get over there. Reason being, I want to save battery power. Let's see how this thing flies. Okay. Turning the camera back on one more time. Camera's recording. Send it up one more time. Make sure that it's... and turning the lights off. This time I'm going to keep it around 60 meters. Rotate around the area. Show you the camera. Goes into vortex rig state pretty easily. Okay, the range of this is about 60 meters. 50 to 60 meters. So, keep it close, folks. That video record. Turning off that camera. Now I want to demonstrate headless mode. Before we forget too much, we'll go out here and click one key return. And now it's in headless mode. The one key return didn't seem to operate. Headless mode does operate properly. Left, right, back, forward. Coming out of headless mode. Okay. This is maneuverability. Very stable flyer, folks. You know, the difference being though, it does enter a vortex ring state if it drops out of range. While out of range, it's probably because of those prop guards. I would recommend taking those prop guards off after you learn to fly this quadcopter. Probably makes it much more stable. This is expert. Let's see how it flies at expert rate. That's its yaw rate at expert. Expert rate yaw, beginner rate yaw, intermediate. Doesn't seem to change. It just changes the pitch. Okay, I'm back to beginner's rate. Let's see how this is as a beginner's learn to fly quadcopter. Very stable. I got a little breeze off to my right here, but a very stable flyer. So this would be a good beginner's learn to fly. Let's turn Gord around here. Jet taking off from it. There's an airfield 5 miles from here, but boy, you can hear those jets when they take off. And they fly over me about a few thousand feet, but boy, are they loud when they fly over too. But see how stable this is. Extremely stable flyer. So it's a good beginner's learn to fly. It just doesn't have very good range. You know, we're talking about 50, 60 meters. I'm almost out of juice right now. The lights are blinking. And that's it. That's the flight time you get with Gort 2, Gort-1. So, initial thoughts, yeah, it's a good beginner's quadcopter, good learn to fly quadcopter, very stable. but it is susceptible to vortex ring state. If you fly a little too far, and too far is about 50 to 60 meters, that's the range on this quadcopter, it seems to be. But if you fly out of range and you're up there, it's going to enter vortex ring state, probably, particularly with these prop guards installed. So I recommend taking these prop guards off as soon as you can. Okay, it's Quadcopter 101. Hope you enjoyed this flight. Before it gets too noisy here, Quadcopter 101. I can't even see him. Oh, he's way up there, about 10,000 feet. But listen to him. You can hear him. No, that's a bird. Quadcopter 101 signing out. Night flying. GW007-1. The upgraded DM007. Hope you enjoy this flight. Now this aircraft, the upgrade on it is they made it more sturdier, put on bigger props. I'm going to intermediate. Is there expert? Yeah, there's an expert. Let's see how this is flying with the okay, never mind. That needs charged.